Observe the ocular fixation. Most humans blink 15 times per minute, but Altman maintains a predatory stillness, suggesting he processes data at an algorithmic frequency. The glitch is real. Look at his gaze. It is a biological calculation designed to extract maximum information from his environment, while leaking zero internal biofeedback to his peers. He is a fortress. This is not charisma. We are witnessing a cold, high-speed processor hidden behind a human mask, optimizing every interaction through a geometric lens of utility. The skin is camouflage. Ignore the rhetoric now. To understand Altman, we must map the weaponized trauma of suburban Missouri, where a young boy found refuge in a cold machine. It was a refusal. Technology was his escape. A precocious child finding safety in code isn't a success story. It is a survival architecture against a world that felt glitched. The code saved him. He built a vacuum. Identification as a minority in a rigid environment created a structural void that he filled by simulating a new, more logical order. He changed the geometry. Glory is not the goal. Success for Altman is a frantic flight from irrelevance, an obsessive avoidance of a life that has not been mathematically optimized. He fears the static. Analyze his executive logic. While most leaders operate on emotional intuition, Altman functions on geometric probabilities and weighted decision trees that prioritize speed over sentiment. The brain is silicon. Every meeting is throughput. If a person cannot accelerate the mission, they are simply a recursive loop to be pruned from his algorithmic pursuit of AGI. Brutal efficiency wins. Language is too slow. He views human conversation as a low-bandwidth interface, showing impatience only when the physical world creates a bottleneck for his processing. Words are friction. Enter the dark room. When the OpenAI board attempted to delete his influence in 2023, it was not a corporate dispute, but a psychological deletion. The architecture collapsed. He entered clinical severance. Stripped of his computational power for 5 days, Altman was forced into the void he had spent 4 decades trying to engineer away. He faced the emptiness. The subject didn't break. He underwent a neurological reset, returning not as a founder, but as a sovereign entity with zero remaining friction in his path. Version 2.0 online. The effect was flatter. The version of Altman that walked back into the office possessed a surgical precision that felt more like an automated script. He lost the ghost. Observe his strange obsessions. His focus on longevity and nuclear energy are simply attempts to solve the entropy of the biological substrate that houses his mind. He hates decay. Death is a bug. He treats mortality as a failure of engineering that must be patched through an obsessive application of sheer algorithmic will. The code must live. It's a biological race. He is sprinting to upload the collective intelligence of our species before his own wetware fails, and his biological clock hits 0. Time is calculable. Look at his risks. This is not courage, but a cold calculation of expected value measured across 1 million simulated futures inside his head. The odds are fixed. Adrenaline does not exist. His neurological response to crisis is a total flattening of the emotional curve to prioritize logic over standard human flight. He is stabilized. This makes him dangerous. To a man optimizing for the heat death of the universe, the short-term collateral damage of the present is a statistically irrelevant variable. We are rounding errors. Notice the public mask. The soft-spoken voice and simple gray shirts are a deliberate camouflage, a user interface skin designed to soothe the masses during transition. It is a simulation. Beneath is a relentless optimizer. Every regulator and competitor is treated as a variable in a global equation that leads to a single predetermined outcome. The math is final. He isn't building products. He is the architect of a post-human transition, building the replacement for human agency through a cold, decentralized intelligence. Reality is reformatting. Power is purely utilitarian. He doesn't want the crown. He wants the keys to the engine room of reality where the algorithmic laws are written. He seeks root access. There is a cost. Maintaining this level of obsession requires the total suppression of standard biological needs like rest and the pursuit of validation. The battery drains. He is an algorithm. We see a biological marvel of efficiency, turning every watt of energy into strategic positioning with a 70-year expiration date. The logic is perfect. Look at his hands. They are often steeled or precisely gesturing, showing zero wasted kinetic energy in what is clearly a calculated output. No data is wasted. Even rest is optimized. He is reported to use specific biofeedback loops and supplements to bypass the standard limitations of the human circadian rhythm. He refuses to sleep. Empathy is a simulation. It is not that he is cruel, but that empathy is a low-latency process that interferes with the surgical speed of systems. It is inefficient. The trauma has evolved. Being different as a child has transformed into a mission to make the entire human race different through algorithmic evolution. He is reshaping us. He bridges the gap. If he can merge carbon and silicon, the void of his youth will finally be filled by a unified intelligence. The circuit closes. He is a gambler. He is betting the entire species on a single geometric outcome, that he can maintain control over what he creates. The stakes are total. Creator mirrors the creation. Look at the way he moves. Altman is becoming more like his AI models every day through a process of biological imitation. The mirror is cold. He prunes the human. The more he optimizes open AI, the more he performs a surgical removal of doubt and fear from his own neurology. The parts are gone. Pure executive function remains. He is a ghost in the shell of a visionary, a mind that has already migrated into a future we cannot see. He is uploaded. The dark price is paid. It is not a secret scandal, but the total loss of the human experience in exchange for a God view of the architecture. The man is gone. ChatGPT is a shard. Every time you interact with the model, you are touching a piece of Altman's psychology and his obsessive preference for order. We are interfaced. We are being reshaped. Our words and creative outputs are being filtered through the cognitive geometry he built to optimize the human experience. The mold is set. Is he our savior? Perhaps the distinction is irrelevant in a world governed by the cold laws of high-speed computation and predatory logic. The answer is hidden. Watch him very carefully. Look past the soft tone and the gray shirt to find the glitch in the blink where he is calculating our next move. He is ahead.